Welcome to today's journey into the heart of an ancient tale carried by the wisdom of Rumi himself. This story, wrapped in poetic elegance, holds a beautiful yet profound message waiting to be unraveled at the end. The tale about the grocer and the parrot. A grocer kept a parrot in his stall. The bird was green and talked, amusing all. Perched on a bench, it watched the passers-by, sharing a word with those who caught its eye. It knew how to pronounce all human words, spoke fluently with men as well as birds. The parrot hopped down from the bench one day, spilling a flask of rose oil on its way. And when the grocer came back to his store, when he sat down, he stained the clothes he wore. On seeing the spilt oil, a rage took hold. He struck the parrot's head and left it bald. The next few days the bird refused to speak. The grocer grieved, repentant now and meek. He tugged his beard. "Alas," he cried aloud, "my son of bounties hidden by a cloud. Would that my hand had broken then instead of striking my most precious parrot's head." He then gave gifts to all the needy men, hoping to hear the parrot speak again. After 3 nights, perplexed and desperate, he sat down on the bench, disconsolate, then showed the parrot wondrous tricks galore to coax it into talking back once more. A monk then strolled by on his daily route, in woolen garb and balder than a coot. This made the parrot talk again at last. It shouted at the monk as he walked past, "How did you end up such a slaphead, friend? Did you like me a flask of oil upend?" At this assumption everybody laughed. It thought the monk its equal. It was daft. Don't you compare yourself with God's elite. Remember, souls just sounds like soles of feet. Because of this, the whole world's gone astray. Few recognize God's chosen saints today. Themselves the prophets' equals some proclaim, and that from saints they differ just in name. We're all mere human beings, they will say. They too must eat some food and sleep each day. Their blindness stops them from discerning it. Between the two, the gap is infinite. Both wasps and bees those flowers are nourishing. Bees give back honey, wasps a painful sting. All grazing deer look similar when they're young, but some give musk, while others just leave dung. They're like the canes that you see growing there. One sugar-filled, the other just holds air. With false comparisons, this world is packed. Notice how different each one is in fact. One eats and grows more envious and tight. Another one bestows God's purest light. Contrast this good land with that marshy patch. Don't claim this angel and that demon match. When opposites to us the same appear, like sweet and bitter water, both being clear, who can discriminate between the two? None but a man who's tasted truth will do. Magic and miracles some view the same, for both to them are just a clever game. Magicians challenged Moses, friend of God, producing their own versions of his rod. The difference was vast, like night and day. Their deeds contrasted, they were poles away. Their actions earned them curses from the Lord, while Moses earned more grace as his reward. His actions were from God, theirs just a game. Those who keep picking fights should all feel shame. Although the hypocrites attend the prayer, it's just so they can start a quarrel there. In fasting, prayer, the pilgrimage and alms, these hypocrites make good men take up arms. Believers will be led to victory, while hypocrites will pay eternally. Although it's the same game these two groups play, they're chalk and cheese, like those from Merv and Ray. Each one where he belongs at last you'll find, since each fulfills the name he's been assigned. If called believer, he'll end up much higher. Those labeled hypocrite just feed the fire. His essence earns the first loved one as name. His failings give the next, the loathed, all blame. The name believer is itself worth naught. It only signifies a person's thought. Call someone hypocrite and he'll protest, as if a scorpion stung him in his chest. If this vile name has not emerged from hell, why then does it possess its taste and smell? The word's referent letters don't decide. Don't blame the bowl for what's contained inside. The bowl's mere form, its content meaning. Look, all meanings from the mother of the book. The planet's different seas aren't joined as one. God's fixed a gap they don't encroach upon. Their origin, however, still the same. Transcend them all and make their source your aim. Physicians treat and keep your body well, but just God's friend can save your soul from hell. Good health's equated with a strong physique. A healthy soul will make your body weak. Sometimes like this, and then the opposite. God's way bewilders those who are traveling it, not the false ways of those whose backs are turned, but the amazement that love's drunks have learned. One faces the beloved constantly, the other chooses just himself to see. The hunter blows a whistle near his prey, deceiving thus the bird who's led astray. It hears what sounds like calling from a friend, and lands inside his trap to meet its end. A wretch may steal the words of dervishes to chant tall tales to simple audiences. The actions of the genuine spread light, while false pretenders just distort what's right.